I caught up with two of the Aussie stars that feature prominently in the film, Miranda Otto and David Wenham. They were in Sydney last week for the premiere of The Two Towers, a movie that promises to be twice as big as The Fellowship of the Ring.
Sauron's forces have begun their attack. He is using Saruman to destroy your people.
They were unarmed. They had no warning.
This is but a taste of the terror that Saruman will unleash. You must fight.
I will not risk open war.
Open war is upon you, whether you would risk it or not.
A new power is rising. Its victory is at hand.
It is an army bred for a single purpose, to destroy the world of men.
There will be no dawn for men.
Did you have any idea of the scale and scope of this whole project?
I knew the book was, I think, the next best-selling book after the Bible, so I knew it was pretty huge. I knew the film was going to be big, but I must say I didn't think it was going to be this big.
It's incredible for us punters watching the thing. I can't imagine what it feels like to actually be part of it and see yourself on that huge screen in this huge movie in this amazing landscape. I mean, tell me what it's like seeing the thing back.
Well, look, it was a gift, really. A gift to go over to your old country, New Zealand, a stunning country, and immerse yourself in this tale, because the sets, as you can see on the film, the sets that they built were truly extraordinary, and the costumes and the armoury and whatever. So it didn't take terribly much of your imagination to dispel your disbelief and just go along with the telling of this story.
So, this is the answer to all the riddles. Here in the wild, I have you. 2 halflings and a host of men at my call. The ring of power within my grasp.
It was a great relief to actually finally see the film a couple of weeks ago, because I started to think that maybe I'd imagined the whole thing and that I've been talking about this thing for 2 years that didn't really happen and that I wasn't really in. The women of this country learned long ago. Those without swords can still die upon them.
How difficult is it playing a character that everyone's already got a predetermined opinion of?
Yeah, I think that's a big responsibility. In the beginning, I was sort of overwhelmed by that responsibility. I went through the book, I cut out every line in the book that she said. I mean, I did all these photocopies of it, and then I cut out everything Tolkien said about her, everything other characters said about her, trying all the time to bring as much of that to it as possible. But obviously the script is at times slightly different to the book. You know, you don't get to do it exactly as the book, but at a certain stage you kind of have to throw it away and interpret it. You know, Pete had to make the films, he had to interpret them, he had to kind of let that go at a certain stage and just, you know, do it.
I can't imagine what goes on in Peter Jackson's brain or how he must delegate or whatever, but presumably he can see every frame of the film in his mind's eye.
He's a very normal person, and that's, I think, the greatest compliment that you can give him, because I think that's why people, everybody involved in that film, did listen to him and trust him and take his advice. He's a very normal fellow who happens to be incredibly intelligent, incredibly creative, and so focused.
You could turn around at some stage in the middle of everything and just yell, "To the king! To the king!"
I think the great thing about the film, which really, really works, is that it is huge and epic and that he has got that scale of it across, but he also has the drama, you know, when it's very close and intimate and really close in people's eyes. That part of it works very strongly as well.
We've got the Shire. Maybe we should go.
The fires of Isengard will spread, and the woods of Tuckborough and Buckland will burn. And all that was once green and good in this world will be gone.
How do you rate it in comparison to the original? I mean, do you...
Oh, a bit hard for me to say. That'll be the punters who can do that. But it's a different film. It's a phenomenal film. Darker than the first film. No, it's phenomenal. I think, can't wait till the next year and then be able to see all three together.